day 2. I'll give you guys a little bit of more of an overview of the property here. So here's effectively the entrance to the property. We've had a tremendous amount of rainfall, more than I've actually ever seen on this property the past few years. And so we have a little bit of a stream coming down off the mountain, which heads up that way, just cutting through the front of the property. It's pretty shallow, but I did a little work trying to stop the flow of water from penetrating deeper into the property. It actually kind of stops on its own right there before there's a little rise, so you can see. But yeah, so we have it coming off this way, and it's following its way and catching up with another creek down that way. See my shovels over there. But so got this little creek I made going this way. There's a bunch of brush over here that's kind of in my way from helping the creek get a little deeper and move a little faster to move some of this water quicker. Eventually I'll probably put in a probably 24-inch drainage pipe up here, and then maybe create some sort of retention pond up that way. It seems that water always seems to pool right there as I've watched it over the past few years. So that brush over there, we'll clear that out and see how it goes. Yeah, so to widen this stream, I've created a little bit more. I'm going to be clearing out some of the brush over this way. All right, well, I'm going to be doing some brush clearing with my little electric coal bolt chainsaw that's all lubricated up. You can see that some of the dead ash from the dam, emerald ash borer beetles is kind of in the way of my little stream here, so I'll clear that out, see how it goes. Safety glasses. There we go. right. Let's see how we're doing. Alright, so this is a little stream I made. It's going down here where it joins up with another stream. You can see kind of the main drive in. A little wet. So, yeah, we're getting there. Just have to keep moving some rocks along, and then the water will evacuate properly as opposed to running its way down here. A couple more thoughts on the property. So over there area, there's actually an old septic system that I'm slowly learning about the engineering process behind it. See if I can get that up and running. Another video on that coming up. And then over here somewhere right there is the well. And there's some electrical conduit that, along with the water line itself from the pump that's down in there. I did check that it's in there. That runs over that direction where there used to be a house. There. A house that was demoed by the local county prior to me purchasing the property. So I'm gonna see if I can get those two things up and running. If so, it's promising, but a lot more work there. But I wanted to touch base on my thought the other day from when I talked about doing small things well. So here's a good example of that. I was cleaning out my dryer the other day, a little lint portion, and noticed that there was a bit more lint than usual down in there. So that's kind of interesting, and I could have went about my day, but instead I went and got a flashlight, took the flashlight, looked down inside there, and saw that there was a tremendous amount of lint down actually in underneath and into the little fan that spins and pushes the hot air out outside the house from the dryer, which are usually the piping gets filled with lint, or that fan gets filled with lint, or lint gets somewhere else in the dryer near the heater element. And that's generally how house fires in relation to dryers come about. So started taking the Maytag dryer apart piece by piece. Quickly learned there was a lot more lint everywhere inside of it, and it kind of derailed my day for about 2 or 3 hours. But took the whole thing apart, learned how to take each piece apart from a YouTube video, very straightforward, looked up the model number, and then cleaned each portion of it and removed any excess lint, and then reassembled everything, tested it, made sure that it still functioned correctly after it was reassembled, and then moved on to the next task that I had in my book. So when I refer to doing small things well, if you're ever going through your life and you see something, and this is something that was taught to me by my mentor, one of my many mentors, if you see something that seems off, don't just walk by it and continue on throughout your day. Take the time to stop and think about, why did I think that was strange or off? And when you begin pulling on that proverbial thread, you'll usually untangle more of a mess than you would have liked to get into, but something that's important and needs to be handled sooner rather than later. With this property, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of things like that, but it just comes down to just doing the right thing and not just moseying through life with your blinders on. Take a second to stop and look around and pay attention to the little details that might matter to you at the end of the day. But Irregardless of that, it's getting a little cold and dark here, so I'm gonna shut it down for the night. Tomorrow's a new video.